Hello, Carly. And yes, for my friends here that left some comments on the last video. So, hope springs eternal. Yes. 17 years. Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, but I don't know. It's life is different now. It definitely is. These essences told me that we were going through a shift, a shift in consciousness. And you see that back in there? I got me a red panel. I'll do a video about that, but first I'm going to use it. I was 700, no, $800, and I'll tell you if it's good because I'm going to use it today. I'll see a difference. I mean, for $800 should be good. Let's see if I feel a difference, and otherwise I'll return it because I'm not going to keep, more junk. But let's see. Hopefully it works. And if it works, they have a smaller, small device, the smaller, the panel. And they have big ones. I bought the kind of medium size because I wanted to do my whole back. But you can do the whole back with the small one. Just move it. Move it. I was thinking about doing that. So let me try this a little bit and then I'll return if I don't like it. And then I'll get the small one. And then I'll do a video so you know if it's good or not. Um, I bought a cheap one from Amazon and I felt a little better. Tiny. I felt better. You understand? And I really liked it because I felt the difference. But not, Amazon is cheap. It broke, On one of them, it was a bed and it melted. Dangerous. It started fire. So I wouldn't buy from Amazon. Although this company, and there's another company, two big companies who sell through Amazon too, so you can buy through Amazon. I chose to buy through Amazon rather than buy from them, and the reason is because they don't have extended warranty, right? They give you a 3-year warranty. So what happened is I noticed when you buy something on Amazon, and they give you a hard time if something goes wrong with you know, the machine or whatever it is, device that you buy. They give you a hard time. But when you get the extended warranty on Amazon is great. The problem is, let me tell you something. What's the problem? In case you buy on Amazon. Let's say I bought a monitor and the monitor stopped working. I went to the extended warranty and they have no issue. They'll give me the money, no problem. They give me another monitor. But they told me that I still had a year with the factory, And so I have to go through them first. Oh, they gave me hell. They gave me hell. So, very condescending and, they put me through people that are just horrible. For a monitor that cost me almost $400, right? And only it was a year. I mean, I was even paying it in installments, right? And I was still paying installments. That's how quick it broke. But the customer service was horrible. That's LG customer service horrible. Next time, if it breaks, if you buy something because I like LG, right? But things happen. Next time I just wait. I call the company. They say let's say I found out if I'm still under the warranty of the factory, and if I am, then I'll wait until so I can get it. It's really terrible. The only company that I know, well, not the only company, but one of the other companies that are very good is Ninja. Ninja is amazing because I used to buy everything from Breville, and Breville it is very expensive, and I would buy it thinking it's the best, right? I mean, a juicer cost me over $500, $600, right? I'm talking about in 2012. And then there were parts. I needed the parts, and then when I bought the parts, the things need replacement, but the parts that they sent me was broken. Oh, they gave me hell. They questioned me like I was a criminal, like I was lying, and I said that's it with Brevial. I will never buy Brevial again because no, it's especially when I bought a few items, you know. Don't treat customers like that. You know what I mean? It's Ninja was great. Didn't ask questions. Instapat, which by the way is you buy those pressure cookers and everything, like hell, another hell. So you got to be careful with that when you buy. So I bought it through Amazon because I'm gonna try. You have, I believe, 30 days. So if I don't feel something immediately, it's going back. That's it. I'm not gonna waste time with these people. Amazon is giving you a hard time too now. So just so you know, give you like 30 days to give you your money back. But that's okay. In any case, let's go back to anxiety and panic attacks. Okay. So pay attention to this, what I'm going to tell you. Just pay attention, and if you have to repeat it, go back and rewind, keep rewinding. First of all, anxiety, you feel like something weird, something's going to happen, like this fear, like I have a fear. That's anxiety. Panic attack is I have to run. Is horrific. It's like you feel like if they don't hold you back, you're gonna jump off the balcony of a bridge. You know what I mean? That's how bad it is. Panic attacks are, it's like, you know, they better not stop. That's why I feel like a lot of these people, I feel bad for people that suffer with panic attacks, especially if they're autistic or something, because a lot of these cops don't know how to treat these people. You understand? They see somebody acting weird, and they right away they hold them, right? They put their knee on the chest, they hold them down, and that causes them to really a panic attack. Nothing's gonna happen. But if somebody holds you against your will, it's real. It's real because then your heart start to beat really hard, and your chest gets really tight. You can't breathe, and you can die of like asphyxiation. That's why I don't go in a plane right now, because I know they treat you like, oh my god. And then if I get one in the plane, they'll hold me down. You know what I mean? And it's terrible. So that's, I think they should train people in the police and all this stuff. Train them about panic attacks and how to tell when somebody's having a panic attack. Because when somebody's having a panic attack, they don't act normal. You know what I mean? They don't scream. If they scream, it will probably get better. It'll go away, the panic attack, but they don't scream. It's like a terror, they probably look like some crazy person, It probably looks crazy, like they can't talk, and the eyeballs, the it's like ready to pop. I think, because I didn't see myself with panic attack, but I used to get them, and it's like a terror. Like I have to run. You understand? And and so panic attack is terror. Anxiety is fear. So I consider, let me put it this way: anxiety is like dizziness, and panic attack is like a vertigo. That's what it is. Terrible. And I had all of them, so I can tell you. And I used to do videos back then in the days. I never share with you that because I didn't want somebody to give me advice. I didn't want it to put fear on me, to say, "Oh my God, you got to be careful, you're gonna die," because I was already really bad. So I never share with anybody. I've been in YouTube for ages. Probably one of the first YouTubers in here, okay? Because the first YouTubers are in the dark. They don't get exposed. Nobody, nobody talks about them. It's just in the dark, these people. And the new YouTubers are young, and it's all about, influencing other people. And, I don't know, it's a whole different. I'm not saying that it's better or worse. I'm saying it's a different culture. It's a different time for YouTube. YouTube used to be like really cool, like your friends, like you knew them. You know what I'm saying? You went to YouTube and everybody was friendly, and you were, you know, you talk to each other. I used to go visit them, you know, in the state wherever they live, and you talk to them. It's like you know them, and they always, oh hi, how you doing? I'm thinking about you, blah blah blah. You can even talk on the phone with them. It was really amazing. It was it's a family. I felt like it was like a family. I never made money. People used to say, well, then you try make money. I never. And I used to have like over 18 million views. I have the two channels where I have like 80 million views in one of my videos. Okay, but I lost. First of all, I'm gonna ask for money, but I lost my password and I can't get through. Forget it. You know, the email that I don't know what happened. So, but what I'm saying is, it was different. And I'm going to show you something you can do if you want to find those videos from 17 years, 16, 10 years ago. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really easy. And because I wanted to, I can't find I tried to find the people that I used to know on YouTube and everything. I can't find any of those videos. And they were fun. They were like my videos. They were little views, somebody talking, sharing stuff, stupid stuff. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, you know. So the other day I went looking and I found one of the guys that used to follow me, and he was in Connecticut. Funny enough, I lost contact of everybody. And when I went from California, I moved to Connecticut. It would have been nice to have met them, meet him in person. But I totally lost contact. And then the other day, my son showed me how to do it. So I'll show you how to do it. In the next video, because I want to concentrate with anxiety. So anyway, so anxiety is the fear, like something's going to happen. Panic attack is, I need to run. I'm going to get killed. Somebody's chasing you with a knife. That's panic attack. So anyway, so what are they? Anxiety, and any emotion that you feel, by the way, any emotion is a message from your body, your physical body. So, but why nothing is happening? All of a sudden, you got the fear. You could be just chilling, watching a video, maybe lay down in bed, and you chill. Nothing is happening, and all of a sudden, you get this anxiety, right? Why? Nothing is happening. What is the message? Well, let me tell you something. What happened? These SSs told me this. They said what is happening and how to redirect the body, okay? The body has its own consciousness, by the way. It's not your consciousness. It's not like, oh, no. The body has its own consciousness. So I look at it as you have a puppy, a little dog, your companion, your dog that you love very much is with you all the time. It's your little dog, it's your puppy. You feed him, you give him good food, you take him out for a walk. But he has his fears, right? He has experiences. And the body doesn't know the difference between now and 200 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. Well, 200 years, because I don't think you live that many. But doesn't know the difference of something that happened when you were 5 years old. It's happening now. But why? Why did anybody do that? So they told me that, well, first of all, when I first started getting it, because I wasn't communicating, like talking, so I asked for the help and I received it and I followed exact instructions. The help came through a thought, right? I would get a thought, and I know it wasn't mine, okay? Because never even think about it, doing anything like that. So that's how I knew it wasn't mine, and I got used to it, receiving this help. And by the way, it came through a thought, and I knew the difference between my thoughts, and the thoughts of these essence that were helping me. So let me say, like, one example. I was in the bicycle going in California. I was in California. So the beach was about 10 minutes away, right? So there was a trail for the bicycle trail, and I used to go there in the afternoon. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, just going there, 3 o'clock, whatever, just going there in the bicycle as exercise. This time I'm doing the bicycle, I'm going low side, ping ping, anxiety thing. Not panic attack yet, but I learned to don't let it go to a panic attack. Don't let it go to a panic attack. I learned that. Once I feel it, do something about it. Nip it in the bud right away. So, anyways, I'm riding the bicycle outside. Oh, fuck. I got a long ways to go back to the car. I wanted to go back in the car. I wanted to go home. But now I gotta go. Oh, God, I had to turn around, right? Okay. And my son was little. He was young and he was ahead. And I was thinking, fuck. I can't even yell at him or anything. So I asked, please help me. Because I didn't know who he was. So I just said, in general, help me, please help me. And immediately got that smile. And I went, and I thought, that's so stupid. If anybody see me in the bicycle, like, what the hell are they going to think, right? And of course, I'm laughing now, but then I wasn't laughing. I was like, oh, God. Oh, but I'm going to do it. So I was like this, no, with a smile. I was like this, but I felt like it was fake, right? But it told me because there's no male, female, no physical. So it told me it doesn't matter. Fake it. So I go, okay. And I was bicycling toward my son, and I stopped and I went like this to him, and then he turned around and I said, let's go back. He go, okay. He go, with the bicycle. It went away. And I went, wow, that thing works. Unbelievable. So then I'm going to tell you what they gave me when I was in pain. Okay? This is going to be next video. I don't want to put them together because if somebody is looking for pain, they're going to have to listen to the whole thing in here. So I like to separate them because pain, they show me and it went away immediately, okay? The pain. Anyway, so they told me to smile. Another time, because we live close to Malibu, right? And I was going, I think it was already in, I think it was in Malibu already. I was going to go to Santa Monica. But anyway, on a Sunday, a lot of cars, blah, blah, everybody's happy. And I love California. It's a beautiful state. I'm different from the people there. The energy there, I don't like it. But the state is beautiful, everything. And there are certain pockets in California that I just feel that it just clicks with my energy. We click, but the rest, they just, no. And one of them is Malibu. I was going to buy a house in Malibu. I should have bought it. And I'll tell you why later. Why it was good I didn't buy it, okay? I'll tell you later. But, so I love Malibu. I got there, I got happy. I used to go to Neptune's Net. I don't know if you live in Malibu, you're familiar. And you go visit Neptune, like the planet Neptune's net. And they have all the fish, all this stuff in there. And people are really cool in there. Once you get there, you're like different crowd of people there. Anyway, so on a Sunday, I used to, let me go with my son, right? What else are we going to do home? I live in Ojai, California, which is gorgeous too. But, I think something different, right? Every day looking at the trees, I wanted to see something different, which is the ocean. And so I'm driving and all of a sudden, bling, anxiety. This terror, like fear. It wasn't a panic attack because back then I already knew, don't let it get that far. Don't do that. So uh, so I have to stop the car. And I went to the, stop. I went to the curb, I parked there. And my son already knew, like, okay. And I never told him about panic attacks. I just said, I don't feel good. So just give me 2 seconds. So I stopped and I started talking to myself. That's what they told me, talk to myself. So I went, everything is okay. Nobody's going to hurt you. I will never it's like me talking to a little girl, right? I say, I will never, never, ever let anybody hurt you. I feel sorry for anyone that comes near you and hurt you. I feel sorry for them because I kicked their fucking ass. So don't worry about it. You are under my protection. I will never, never, never let anything happen to you. And remember, I said, you got this for a long time. You've been getting this anxiety since the 90s. And you're here. Nothing happens. See, nothing's going to happen. It just comes and goes. You'll be okay. And all of a sudden, it was like, bling. It's like I was in the dark and they opened all the windows, the blind, the shades, and the sun came in. It was like, oh, what anxiety? What are you talking about? What anxiety are you talking about? And then I was myself again. And then we left. We went to Santa Monica and I spent the whole day. Nothing. Perfect. They told me that this is what happened. First of all, there's something happening. It's called a shift. And this shift is affecting the energy, right? But it's affecting you and affecting me, affecting everybody. And what happened is that if in essence, and it happens to me, by the way, twice, if an essence comes too close to you, right? When you talk to an essence, you're like, la 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 la. But when the energy gets a little too close and they raise the volume, you get a horrible, you don't feel good. You're going to pass out. Okay? And you get this, ooh, my neck hurts. I just don't feel good. I feel like I'm going to pass out. That's it. Like you will faint. Maybe die. I don't know. But I felt it to the point where I don't feel good. And then I asked, because I was talking to this essence, and all of a sudden, no, I'm sorry, it happened 3 times. 3 times? Well, let me see. No, it happens twice. The first time, I just started, all of a sudden, I started not to feel well. And I asked, okay, what's happening? I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And this essence said, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And I started taking a deep breath, and I started to feel better. And then I asked later when I felt better what happened, and he told me that what happened is, remember what I told you? A group of essences. They're like blacks, like groups, and this essence that I spoke to, that I would speak, it's a group. You know, it was. I talked to him, but it wasn't him. It was a group. You understand? It's a group, and but he told me that he was talking. He always talked to me and the whole entire group, the family, we call it the entire family, just in the background, watching the whole thing, watching, the whole thing. But this time they moved closer, right? So there was more energy, and that's why I didn't feel good. I said, well, they need to step back because no, it's too much. And then, okay. Then the second time, again, I'm fine, and all of a sudden, I don't know where. And now, this was an anxiety, okay? This was more like, okay, I don't feel good. Like, I'm going to pass out. And then they told me, take a deep breath, and then they moved back. You understand? It was like, these essences give you a little energy, enough, but sometimes they give you a little more and you can pass out. That's how strong it is, the energy. Now, why am I saying this? Because the energy here for us in this physical plane has increased, okay? So, where before you were fine. Now this energy is affecting you. But don't worry, everything is, we've been doing it gradually, and it'll continue to increase, but we'll adapt and then increase again, then we'll adapt and it'll increase again, then we'll adapt and then increase again. You understand? That's what they told me. They said the energy is going to go up and we're going to feel it and then we'll settle. And then it'll go up again and then, oh, we don't feel good and then it'll settle. That's the way it goes, right? So, um, yes, so I just gave you the example of these essences that when he said that he was talking to me and the other ones were back there, I think I see it more like there's no separation. So it couldn't be that he was talking to me. It was more like a little energy, right? The, because when you talk to any non-physical, okay, actually when you talk to any physical, anybody, excuse me, when you talk to, when I talk to you, when you talk to a person, a physical person, a human being, another person, your friend, your husband, whoever it is, you're having an energy exchange, okay, energy exchange. So just because you're having a conversation, is they call it energy exchange, and that's the same thing that happens with non-physical. When you speak to a non-physical, you're having an energy exchange. So people go, oh, don't worry about it. It's not like, oh my God, no. You're having it. The minute you talk to someone, you're having an energy exchange. What does that mean? That means that you open yourself, right? Imagine you being in here in this cocoon, and then somebody comes to talk to you, and you open yourself, and now the person able to get in and have back and forth, energy back and forth, right? And then when the person goes, how many people close it? You don't close it, you leave it open, right? You should close it. It's like a person comes, hey, how you doing? And you open the door. And you're la la la, yeah, ha ha ha. And they leave and you let the door open. See? And then all the energies come in. You know what I mean? You don't do that in your house. Somebody comes, they leave and you close the door, right? Because otherwise everybody will come in your house. In the middle of the night will be everybody sleeping in your bed. You don't want to do that. So you don't do it physically, you don't do it non-physically. Anyway, so that happens to me. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I think it happened 2 or 3 times, and then after that I was just scared to talk. I didn't want to talk. I said, no, I don't want this to happen again. No, it's too scary. It really felt horrible, but it never happened again. But I think they were teaching me. You see what I'm saying? They're very funny. They do things so I learn, right? And believe me, I did learn. I learned to pay attention to energy because we were talking the first time when it happened. I said, oh, wait, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Like I'm going to pass out. And it's somewhere. Breathe. And I think they retrieve, they retrieve that energy. And then I said, what happened? He says, it's when he told me that, everybody came closer. But that means more energy. And because before that conversation, not that day, but before the conversation, I was talking to this essence, and all of a sudden, I don't know, my neck hurts, I didn't feel good, my neck, my head, I started not feeling well, but I didn't want to interrupt this, and this essence was talking to me, so I didn't want to interrupt it. I was listening, trying to listen and pay attention, right? And then my eyes started to really bother me, like okay, like I have something in my eye. I said, what the hell? All of a sudden, I got something in my eye, and I'm trying to take it out, clean it, scratch it. What the hell's going on? And then the assessor said to me, what's happening? I said, I don't know, something in my eye. He said, the body's telling you something. And I said, really? What is it telling me? To pay attention. I said, pay attention to what? He said, energies. I said, oh, yeah, I wasn't feeling well. Because by then I was already talking to this essence for at least 3 or 4 years. So I already knew about what he was teaching me. So I said, oh, energies, right? Yes. He said, yes. I said, oh. So that's why I wasn't feeling well. My neck was hurting me. I started not to feel well. He said, yes. And I said, what do you wanted? He said, who cares what you wanted? Just, wanted to establish a conversation with you. And I said, oh my God, no, I don't want this. I don't want him to start talking to me. I don't want any of this stuff. He said, well, you can just say, okay, what you want, I said, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to do that, because I don't feel good. And then he said, no, but you just got to do is don't be open. You do, what do they call, what is it to call me? A buffer. He used to call it a buffer. You just buffer yourself. I said, oh God. Yeah, I'm going to have to, but I don't want to talk to anybody, you know. Okay, so this happened, right? And he said to me, well, it's good thing I'm here because, yeah, you're not feeling well. The energy is in there trying to establish a conversation with you, and you're not paying attention. I said, well, I did feel it, but I didn't want to interrupt you because I was trying to listen to what you were telling me. So, yeah, but there was something in there. So, anyway, that day I learned if I feel something weird, there's some energies, okay? So, second time that I have a conversation, that's when I felt fainty. You understand? And I went, I don't know. I think they did it on purpose, so I learned the difference between my energy and another energy, right? And then they did it again. You see what I mean? And then I went, okay, I learned my lesson. Now I know when I don't feel well like that, there's some energy and I need to buffer, right? Okay. So that said, they told me the energy is coming, they're putting energy into the earth, right? And we're receiving it. And again, I'll repeat it. Once you finally feel okay for a while, they increase it again. So the energy on the earth is increasing. That's, you know. Now, about a year ago, I started talking to a group of essences, and they told me that eventually, because I said, "Well, I don't feel good," and this, and then he said, "Eventually, you'll be okay. You will not feel any of these physical things." And I said, "But it's not possible because I've been feeling for a long time. I'm talking about since really feeling like this anxiety in the 90s. I think 94. Imagine 94." And of course, when I talked to them, I was already know how to handle the anxiety and all the stuff, right? Because the other essence taught me. But there's all the physical things where you feel like, oh, your body is so achy, like you don't know where it's coming from, but everything fucking hurts. You feel stiff, and if you sit too long, now you're just like, oh God, so stiff, right? And I don't want to feel this anymore. They told me that eventually I will learn to manage all these energies, the increasing energy. And I said, has anybody done it? He said, yes. Not too many. They have done it. Probably like a 2%. Okay. But they have done it. And you will do it too. And I said, oh God, I hope so. Because this is really, it's tiring, you know? Anyways, when you feel, I already told you that, right? The body is giving you a message, okay? And one of the methods that this essence taught me was because before I met him, I would get it and get help immediately, like, oh, do this, do that. So, oh, do it. And, but I didn't know how to really why and what to do about it. In other words, how to stop it. I don't want to have anxiety anymore. How do I do that, right? And these senses help me with that. So I don't. I've been like years and years and years without anxiety, and then before I moved here, I started to get it, And then I'll tell you why that happened, and it went away, and I'm okay again. So it told me that one of the things is the physical body. Something is trigger, right? There's many things, but something is triggering the body. Think of the body as its own consciousness. It's a totally different consciousness. So, let's say when you were 6, right? I'm making like a really strong scenario here. You were 6 years old, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 year old, and your father was an alcoholic, and he would come home, late at night, start yelling. Sometimes will beat up your mother, right, or your brothers or whatever, and you witness this. Sometimes he will beat you up too, right? And so, or maybe it happened just once, okay? One time you were 2 years old and your brothers did a prank on you and it terrified you. Now, it was a prank. Or maybe, nothing matter what happened. Something stupid happened. Or something big happened. Doesn't matter. Mostly, something stupid happened, because the big ones you'll remember. And all of a sudden, you're minding your own business. Boom, anxiety. Right? Why? Okay, because the body has its own consciousness and it doesn't have past or future, right? Everything is in the present. So pay attention. Everything is in the present. So what happened when you were 2 years old is happening now, according to the body. But what triggers the body to think it's happening now? Because when you were 2 years old, I don't know, a dog bit you, something, or a dog chase you, something stupid. But when you're 2 years old, it's not stupid, it's terror, it's real, terrific. Or maybe you might say, I'm going to die, and then you took it as real, you're terrified. And then you forget. Now you're like 40, 50, 20, 30, you forget. The body didn't forget. That experience you had, it filed it into in archives. So the body archives everything, the good and the bad. Okay? So think about the bad as something like a brown folders and the good like white folders, right? It sounds racist, like brown and white. Well, let's put it pink. Pink is happy, and then dark colors is negative, right? Negative experience. So that experience was a dark folder, right? A coffee color, like a cafe color. And the body took a screenshot, like bling, of everything in that moment. What day was, the color of the sky, was it blue, was it dark, was it nighttime, was it daytime, was it cold, was it windy? Even if somebody went by, what perfume they were wearing, or somebody was making coffee and it smelled like coffee, everything is to the speed of light. Okay? The speed of light. Everything was boom, archive. The physical body is taking note of absolutely everything, like millions and millions and millions of things that you do in a day. Okay? You don't remember every single thing you did, right? Today, just today. You don't remember every single thing you did 20 minutes ago. The body knows every nanosecond what you did, for today. Imagine the information that it has when you were 2 years old. Okay? So, all the time, you go in a place and somebody's wearing a perfume and you never smell that perfume. Ping, the body goes ping. The archive, something happened. Somebody's gonna hurt us. We're gonna die. You know what I mean? So it goes into anxiety, like they're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill us. You're like, what the heck do I feel that fear? Everything is fine. Not for the body. The body smells that perfume. And let me tell you what happens to me, okay? My first anxiety happened in the 90s, 94. I was living with my first husband. My first husband, some reason, the whole family, back in the days, even my friends, everybody not work, they use washcloths to take a shower. Washcloths. We didn't have the sponges and all this stuff. So, he would do all this stuff, which just annoyed me at the time. He would get all your clothes, he would go to the bathroom, go number two, whatever. Then he come out naked, look for a washcloth and a towel and everything, right? And he loves the washcloth. Well, one day, I walked in the bathroom, I needed to go really bad. We only had one bathroom there. And I got that, he just got in the bathroom, so I got that smell, like that whiff of somebody who didn't take naked, but didn't take a shower. You know what I mean? Like a weird smell, not like a nice smell, but it wasn't a horrible smell either. It was just like like a naked body smell. I don't even know how to tell. And I just wait like I need to get out of the bathroom. Well, it was just a naked body. A naked body has the smell, right? Especially if you didn't take a shower yet. You wake up in the morning. By 3 o'clock, you have a smells, right? Like you didn't take a shower. You need to take a shower. And so, look what happened. I'm taking a shower. That was, I think, less than a year ago. I'm taking a shower, and I never use washcloth for the longest. I don't remember, 20 years, maybe more, probably more. I don't use washcloth. And those time, I got the bright idea to buy washcloth. What a bright idea I had. And I got the washcloth, and I said, I'm going to use it to take a shower, right? Mm-mm. I turned the water on. I put soap in the washcloth, and I went to clean myself with the washcloth, and all of a sudden, ping, anxiety. I said, what the fuck? But immediately I remember, I don't know how many years ago, 30 something years ago, that my ex used to wash the washcloth, and I went in the bathroom and the whole idea. And back then, that's when I started to have the anxiety. So I don't know how my body connects all that stuff, but immediately, so I went to myself, well, I'm taking a shower. I'm saying, I stopped and I said, everything is okay. It's not happening now. He lives, how long? How far is he? You haven't seen him in 20 years. He's not even with you. He doesn't even talk to you. Everything is okay. You're not with him anymore. And I talked to myself, right? And it went away. Because this essence told me to talk to myself like I'm talking to like you're talking to a different person. Like say, everything is okay. Everything is okay. You always have anxiety. Always with anxiety, and then everything is fine. Nothing happened. You're still here. How long you been getting anxiety? Exactly. Long, long, long time. Okay. And anyway, if something was going to happen, I'm here and I'm going to help you. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. Nothing. Ever. I feel sorry for anybody that comes near you. Blah, blah, blah. And you start talking to yourself like that, right? And it goes away. So they told me that. So I did that in the bathroom, and sure enough, it went away. I said, oh, thank God I can take a shower. So do you see how I do it? I manage it. I manage it so it doesn't get into a panic attack. But it doesn't come, It comes, now it comes like maybe in 5 years, no, in 7 years, it came once. You understand? Like 7 years, once. So that's amazing, wonderful. Something triggered because I had it just before I'm moving out. We already packed. We know tomorrow. No, I needed like 2, 3 days, 3 more days, so we can leave because this new place, she's no retentive, so she wouldn't take me a day before. I gotta be here on the first, and that's the first. So we have to leave, and we have to drive 10 hours, and with the cat and the dog, blah blah blah. So all time, so like 2 days before, anxiety. Like I need to get out of the house. I need to get out, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and it's raining. I need to get the fuck out. I felt like I couldn't breathe in that place, and it's because by then everything was empty. It's like some fucking energy there, and I need to get out. I said, the energy, we need to leave. And my son said, no, we can't. I said, we need to leave. But anyway, we waited until, it was, we needed to empty the other place, right? Anyway, and what I did, I went out of the house, I went in the car, and I did the tapping, and I took myself, and then it went away. That's it. And I don't have it. So is it going to go away? No. Is it going to go away? In other words, it is going to go away. Are you going to be cured from anxiety? No, because it's a message from your body. Why would it go away? Unless you die, then that's it. You'll never get any more messages from your body. But while you're alive, you're going to get messages, okay? The thing is, what are you going to do with the messages? Terrify and run? Or are you going to tell the body, everything is fine. Yeah, I get it. One of the methods that this essence gave me was to do this. When you feel an anxiety coming, immediately go to the computer or on your phone. You have your phone, and look at the date. Let me see, where's my phone here? Because I'll show you. Okay. You see, that's the phone right there. Okay. So immediately take the phone or take the watch if you have it, or the computer, whatever you are, and you say Wednesday. Wait, let me see what it says in here. Wednesday, July 8th, 2026, 4:57 p.m. And then you say the state, the city, and the state, and even the country, okay? So let's say you're in Ontario, Canada, and you look at the clock and say, Wednesday, July 18, 2026, 5:30 p.m., Ontario, Canada, right? That's it. And then you can even add, it's raining, it's snowing, it's windy, it feels nice, it feels sticky, whatever it is. You said all that. Now, the reason you do this, so pay attention, the reason you do this, to look at the time, and you have to say the day of the week, the date, the day of the week, Wednesday, and then you say the month, minus 18, the year, the state, the city, the state, the state. Why you do that? Because the body, the minute you do that when you're having an anxiety, the body takes that information you just gave it with the experience, okay? So let's say, like me taking a shower. Let's say I'm taking a shower, and my body saw that experience with my first husband as dangerous, because that's in that bathroom is when I got my first anxiety ever. I got it in the house with my ex when I was in the bathroom, okay? So somehow my body took him taking a shower with the washcloth, me living in the house, everything. I don't know how the whole put it together. So, but you don't even need to know. You don't even need to know how it happened. Anything. All you do is the July 18th, da, 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 da. So now what happened is you have an anxiety. Your body's giving you a message. And then you redirect the body, right, to another time. Instead of the body thinking today is that day, that day in 1990, you tell them, no, today is actually July 26th, not 1993. You see what I mean? And the body goes, oh, okay, let me put it in the pink folder on July 2026. So he took the folder out of 1993 or 94 and put it in the 2026. You understand? So now when you take a shower, I use a washcloth, I'm not going to get anxiety because it's not there anymore. Now you're going to say, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, but do it. It works. Believe me. You don't need to know how, why, if it's how the body works. I'm going to teach you more. Well, I'm going to share with you all the stuff that this SSS taught me about the physical body because my focus is health, the physical body and the health. So that's why I went through hell because nobody can teach you anything, help you if they didn't go through it, right? I would imagine a drug addict that recover and never again took drugs is a better qualified individual to help people that are trying to recover, right? Than a person that never took drugs, or a single mom can help more of those women that are struggling with an abusive relationship and now being a single mom, right? The other ones can, because if you have everything, you have a wonderful husband and everything is good and dandy, you're not going to be able to understand, to sympathize with a woman that is single and having, you're going to blame everything on her. Oh, you shouldn't have so many kids. Forget about it. So it's a better thing. So anyway, so now you redirected the body. With your body, that's what they call it, redirect. Now that experience took it and moved it to the present in 2026. Remember, the physical body things only present, everything is happening right now. Which in reality is, by the way. When you die, you'll notice everything is happening now. There's no past and there's no future, right? So everything is happening now. It's just that we have this illusion that there's past and then there's future. Anyway, so another thing is sometimes a person, right? Now I gave you an example of something that could happen, that happens once in your life, right? But what happens if somebody in your life is triggering that fear or something in you that happened when you were little or when you were younger? Let me give you an example. Let's say your father was very abusive, or he abused your mother, or he was just a mean person and you couldn't stand him, or you hated him, and you just, he get on you. He's just horrible person. And now, you don't live with him. You haven't seen him in 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, whatever. You don't even know what happened to him. But now you're happy. You did your life. You went to work. You did whatever. You went to college. Whatever the life you do, whatever you think is success, you do. And now you marry this man, and everything is good. Blah blah blah. And then, like everything, after the honeymoon, you discover things that maybe he did something that is hard for you to forgive him, right? Maybe he cheated on you. Maybe he did something that is hard for you. But there's certain things that he does. Certain little. Could be even the way he eats. It could be the way he's so picky or so judgmental of you, right? That reminds you of your father, right? So now you're living with him. Maybe you depend on him, right? Maybe you don't work and you have children or whatever. Maybe you're older and he's supporting you and you need him and you're living with him, right? And you can tell him, oh, you can fight with him, but still, he's there. He's there triggering this that happened when you died, when you were little. It's triggering. So, you may just ignore it, blah, 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 but then also you start to get anxiety. And you know deep that it's him. Now, he's not giving you the panic attack. He's triggering is triggering the panic attack. He's the trigger. So, what do you do then? Well, it happens to me. And the only way to do it is just, I'm not going to tell you to do it. You do whatever you want. But for me, the body was always in a threat. And this therapist told me the same. He agreed with me that it's a constant threat, this person. For the physical body, you know, in real life, he's not going to do anything. He never hit you, right? He never even call you names. He does. But it pisses you off. It's something that he triggers you. He's a trigger. And he's not really that cooperate. He doesn't cooperate with you, right? About maybe, no. He just, you're crazy, la la la. You gotta make your choices. But in my case, I separated. I couldn't no more. My serenity, my peace of mind was more important. And I say goodbye. I couldn't do it. I did it many years ago, right? I did it. I think I was still doing. Yeah, I was doing the. I was in California while I was doing those videos, and I was already. I told him to leave in 2010. So imagine how many years. I don't want to talk to him. And he's a good man. He's definitely a good man, but no, because he's a trigger. And a trigger would always be a trigger, especially if they don't do anything about it, right? He's a trigger. So triggers, you have to decide. You want to continue to get anxiety or you want to get better, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you will never again have an anxiety. No, you're going to have it. Probably, probably not. Right? You may have one, but it's okay. It will never be the same. It will never be that strong. The difference now is that you know what to do when you get one. When I first got it, it was hell. Well, I'm going to tell you about, and I'm going to do a different video and talk just about my own experience, right? No, it was hell because the first one I had was in the 90s. There was no internet. There was no internet. The internet was very primitive. Nobody talked about that. When I told friends that I had a panic attack, they said, "What are you afraid of?" I don't fucking know. I'm not afraid. They would say, like, "What are you afraid of?" I said, "Oh my God, I'm not afraid. I feel a fear." And they said, "But you gotta be afraid of something." I said, "No." They couldn't, nobody knew about it. Nobody heard about it. And they look at me weird, like, "What the hell are you afraid of?" Because, they don't know either. Today, everybody's having anxiety. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but as a big portion of the population having anxiety, okay? Even the animals, by the way, are having anxiety, so you know. And hard to tell when an animal's having anxiety and to be fear and to be a panic attack, because an animal can have a panic attack, and I'll just share that with you. They're anxious, they're nervous, yes. What can you do about it? But a panic attack, they can have it, believe me. And so I gave you already, the other thing is do this and hum. Or do the tapping. Do the tapping. It's here, right here, in the beginning, right? I believe you do it here first. It doesn't really matter. These are the meridians, right? The trigger points. You go here, then you go here, right? You go here, then you go here, then you go here, then you go here, then you go here, and the armpit. And then you continue to do it. And it helped me. I'll share that another information. But so now you know. Anxiety is not something that you can cure. Anybody say they're going to cure anxiety, they're lying. You can't do that. It's a message from the body. Now, I already gave you, number one, the method so that anxiety, that trigger, right? It doesn't come back anymore. Now, that trigger will be cured, definitely. And actually, the one with your husband can be cured too. Or whoever you're living, your mother, your mother-in-law, whoever. You can do it. When she gets in the room and you start to feel it, just do the same thing. Do the point, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. I never did it. I just decided I'm too coward. I did it the easy way. Goodbye. Because it pissed me off. He didn't want to help. It was somebody that said, "Oh yeah, everything is no, no." It just pissed me off. His personality, his demeanor, the way he was. You know what I mean? Not compassionate, saying so. No, you have to go. You have to go. Yes, I'm happy now. Yeah, but the anxiety didn't go away. Well, when he moved, it went away. Oh, for sure. I never got anxiety again, ever, after he moved out, right? Then I get anxiety for other reasons, other situations, and it's other ones. You can even get it depending. You could get it because uh, I personally, if it's an energy, and I'll share that with you about energies in the house in the next video because I don't want to make it too long. But when I feel that there's an energy that is too close to me, it just nothing, it's too, what is the word? Intrusive. Then I start to feel well. But I don't get anxiety. I just don't feel well or get nauseous. Like, ooh, I'm going to throw up. Because I've been to houses. That only happens when I've been to houses where I feel like, you know, I'm going to throw up. I get very nauseous. There's energy in the house. When it's people, I don't feel well. I don't know. I don't feel well. Like my neck, like I feel like I'm going to pass out. That's energy, okay? But I'll do that separate, and I'll tell you how to tell the energy in your house, right? But it's different, okay? So now let's recap. You feel like something, like a little something, like you're getting a little nervous, like a little fear. Immediately do the clock, right? Uh, do it over. If that feeling that is strong, get up and leave. Go outside, open the window, go in the backyard, open the front door, get up. Get up and go to the front door, open the door, and that's it. If it's freezing cold, better. Nice, because it feels the cold air. Go in your backyard and sit out there. Sit in front of your house. Put a chair there, sit down in front of your house. Just get out of that room immediately, okay? Because you change it. You change what it was happening. It was getting more and more and more and more, and you change it. That's one, okay? Then you can do the I would do the clock first. I mean the calendar, the whatever the time first. But if you feel like it's still like it's too strong, get up. Immediately get up, and it goes away. Okay. Um, Talk to yourself like you're talking to a little girl, especially if you're driving. You're having a panic attack when you're driving. It happens to me. Well, not a panic attack, but an anxiety. Look, I told you, I talked to myself. It went away. One time I was going to the Conejo Valley, which is, it's a big, long, it's really high. From here in Camarillo, you can see the highway going like to the sky, like all the way to the sky. And you're like, wow. It happens to me. What can you do? I'm in the highway. What am I going to do? And it's going up like this. Where am I going to go? So I need the tapping. It went away. So, do the tapping, do the humming, get out of the room, smile, okay? You go, smile. All those things are amazing help because when you're having anxiety, the body's in terror, okay? The body's not trying to hurt you. It's not being, the body's actually in terror. Like, get out, let's go, we're gonna die. So you smile, and then the body feels like, okay, everything is gonna be okay. So you're gonna help the body, right? You're helping the body. It's like a dog. You notice the dog barks and look at you, and if you go, oh my God, or if you yell like, stop, stop, they don't understand stop. The thing you say, yeah, 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 yeah. He looks at you. The animals always look at you. When they bark, they see another dog, they bark and they look at you, and then you're like, ha, 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 and then they relax, right? Well, the body's like that. Smile, even if it's fake, the body will relax. if I think of something else later, but that's my main thing. I leave. I avoid all this shit, all the negative people that are always pessimistic, right? Because people really not negative, but because negative is a you can't say that everybody's negative or anybody's negative or positive. We are both. We're both negative and positive. But let's say pessimistic, very pessimistic. Oh, they always, I don't know, they always like to put fear on you, you know? Um, but other than that, just avoid very pessimistic and fear mongering. Avoid that. So anyway, hopefully that helps. It helps me. I've been anxiety free for many years. And I used to be a person that would get anxiety every single day. And when I didn't get it, I was fearful when I'm going to get it. I lived in, am I going to get it now? Okay. Waiting, when it's going to come. Okay. And finally be free and not having it is amazing. It's beautiful. And I wanted you to feel like that. If you're getting the anxiety, just think about all the stuff that I gave you. Listen to the video again, right? It's amazing. And again, I didn't take any pills. I meditated. Meditation helps. Um, stay away from everybody for a while. People that trigger the anxiety, they have to go. The stress in your life, people that are very stressful and they bring stress in your life, they gotta go. Just make everything in your life peaceful, right? As much as possible. And definitely there are people that keep your body in the that state, you know. And the last thing I want to say, maybe I'll leave it for next time, because traumas. What happened with traumas? Because does a trauma give you an anxiety? Maybe, maybe not. Right? Anxiety doesn't necessarily have to be a trauma, something that happened in your life. It's something that the body experiences something dangerous, right? And so I'll talk about trauma next time. So nice to see you again, and as always, in Curly, haven't seen you in a long time, and all of you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Well, not see you, but you'll see me. Bye.